What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Stacks YouTube channel. Today we are back working on the S14. In this video we are finally going to be getting some more seat time in this thing. I am freaking so pumped to see just how much the sim has paid off. Over the last 4 or 5 months I have been jamming on my Moses setup and I think it has done wonders for my driving. I feel my confidence is through the roof compared to what it was before we left off last season. You guys have just seen us put the S14 back together. We did pretty much a full build on it in the last video. We got it running, we got it painted, we got it looking good. Before we get to the track, we got a few more things we got to sort out in it. Over here, we have a brand new set of rear arms. We already had adjustable camber and toe arms in this, but this season round, we got some fresh ones, courtesy of ProLink Performance. I did a deal with Braden where I actually swapped a blown gearbox for a few bits and pieces, and this arm package from TSD was one of them. An arm that we didn't have last season was this traction arm. Basically what this does is when the car squats down, you'll have the wheel obviously traveling up and it'll sort of move the whole hub assembly forward as it does that, and that changes your toe. It gives you toe out, which in a drift car, especially if it's gripped up, you want to maintain toe in. So what this does is it extends it out, and when it squats down, it stops the wheels from towing out. It gives you more consistent grip through the squat range. So we're gonna throw these in, get a wheel alignment, and then yeah, we're gonna head to the track. So I'm currently just presetting all of these arms roughly to what was in it, so it makes life easy. Apologies to Vinny, we were running around like headless chickens the last couple of hours leading up to taking it to him to get the alignment. We showed up late as and everything was loose. We were the definition of the worst customer, but we got it all sorted. We came down here the other day for James to do his drift school. The car went sweet, and today I'm freaking excited to get back out there. It's been quite a while since I've really got a good laps in a car. Last night we actually threw a GK Tech front sway bar in this. I never ran a front sway bar last season, so it'll be really cool to see just how much that is going to transform the way this car feels. It's always, I felt like, had a problem with when you go into a corner, the front kind of like dives over, so the front sway bar will work massively for that. Car's warmed up, we're suited up, we're about to go out on track and see how this goes. Back in from the first session, and that was really, like I said, the first time I've driven in probably the last 4 or 5 months, and I definitely know it was a bit erratic and there's a lot of areas to improve on, but I'm feeling good after just that first session, so I reckon by the end of the day we're going to be throwing out some cool laps. So we've got a fresh set of tyres on. We're going to go back out. I did notice it's got a bit of a boost cut in third gear, so Carl, a few of you OG guys will actually remember Carl. He's got his laptop, he's going to plug it in and we're going to go out and try and replicate it, and he's going to data log it and make sure it is a boost cut. If it is, then we'll probably lower the boost tables down a bit to try and remedy this. But it feels exactly like the noisy people. It feels exactly like the issue that we were having a few months ago, and that was a boost cut. So yeah, we'll go out now and see if we can replicate it. That's just going to keep leaking until it's empty.
My hoodie's soaked in fuel. Split is right through here, and it's also cracked on the top, I believe. Yeah, so we're gonna have to, I don't know, sort out someone to weld this, grind it out, and re-weld all of that, because that is not the one.
Big shout out to my uncle for letting us use his Colorado. So now's probably a good time to sort of elaborate on how today's going. For starters, I think the sim has made a big difference. This is the most comfortable I've ever felt on this specific track. I've always struggled with this track. There's still a lot of areas where I need to improve, but I feel like by the end of today, if we can get this sorted, I will actually be throwing down some pretty damn good runs. It's a pretty unfortunate thing. It's a pretty cheap fuel cell, so it doesn't really surprise me that it's got a crack in it. So we'll fix that. Hopefully we can get out for the rest of the day.
Shores in 1 hour.
Tank weld.
Don't ever do this, kids.
feels awesome. There's still areas to improve on. This, you know, you can never stop improving, but I'm just having so much fun. We've got a little bit more pressure in the rear tyres. We've been running them at 20 pound that last set. We've got them at 25 now, and we're going to try 4th gear entries, so I'm stoked. And we got the camera facing this way because last time Matt came for a ride, his facial reaction was pretty funny.
I want to pull all the faces purposely.
Alright, look at the shakes he's got.
Alright, fastest entries of the day, let's go!
I've got to say that today was one of the best days I've ever had on track. The last 2 sessions definitely weren't my best driving, but yeah, I think the sim for one has made a huge difference in my confidence. And as I said in the beginning of the video, we put a front sway bar in this car and it's absolutely transformed it. It feels so much better on transitions, on entering. But unfortunately, as we were going to leave the track, my old man was driving. I'm not mad at him at all. I don't want anyone to give him shit. It's just, it was an unfortunate situation. But as he was driving off, we pulled up to the pits, he connected it to the A-frame and went to drive off. The wheel caught on this pole here, and this is the result of it. So we have broken a knuckle and we've bent a couple of arms, and it's unable to be A-framed away from here. Massive thanks to Angelo. Lax out on the sim. He's able to tow it away for us, tow it home for us, and yeah, it's been a long day, but it's good. We're gonna get it sorted.
Yeah, it's like 6 o'clock now, and the track's supposed to be closed, but the caretaker's at G and he's waiting on us. Dropped off.
Hey.
Oh, the car's now on the trailer. Well, that's what we wanted, so that's right.
That's perfect.
How good is that?
That was so much easier than I thought it could have been. We got the trailer as squared up as we kind of can in this tight parking space, so we're gonna attempt to reverse it up into the workshop. But as you can see, the tow out of this car is gnarly. It's gonna be interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah, I'll get
There we go, we got muscles on the wheel off the ramp. I'll just be able to drive it.
Bro, I was dragging the car sideways. I didn't think that would work. Tough as fuck, G. An hour and a half-ish on from what you guys last saw, and Joel has gone off to Thrash Garage to grab a couple parts. While he's doing that, I'm going to strip the side of the car. Pull the arms out, pull the knuckle out. Can't be bothered, but I'm gonna do it anyway. smoker. Okay, fuck off, Matthew. Right, after some momentary torment, got that part of the time out, so now I can move the knuckle, which in theory means life is now easy. She's a bent. Right, so it's Sunday now, we're not too far from heading from the track, and Joel reminded me this morning that the exhaust is broken, so I'm going to quickly TIG weld it up. He should be here in about 20 minutes, and then we're going to boost it to the track for the afternoon practice session.
Under the track again, we've got a couple of hour practice session. I got to give a huge shout out to Thrash Garage and Ryogi Power for sorting out our brokenness last minute so we can make it here today. You guys probably would have been able to tell earlier in the video, I haven't done any explaining, but we had to put the old bonnet back on because we couldn't get the facelift one to fit because it had fittings, and we still got probably a couple of hours of like fitting things up, but yeah, we're going to do that during the week before the comp. I'm feeling pretty confident to go out and get some good laps today, so we'll go and send it and see how it goes.
His boot's flopping. That was a good lead. Chelsea Genova had his hood flopping. Joel's got his boot flopping. That just about ejecto-cetoed, cuz.
It's the following day on from the practice session yesterday. I've just got home from work and I'm filming this literally about an hour or 2 hours before this video is going to go live. I've just finished the last of the editing of it. I am pretty stoked on the car, how it's turning out, and I'm pretty stoked for this season coming up. I still have a lot to improve on in my driving. My chasing is definitely nowhere near where it needs to be. I only got 1.5 chase runs in yesterday. The first chase run I did on Corey, I entered in real close, and then immediately I sort of hesitated and made a mistake. I did this pretty much the same thing in the next run. Just really need to get more seat time chasing, I guess. The sim has definitely helped a lot with my confidence, and my chasing on the sim has gotten a lot better as well. Even on the sim, it's not where it needs to be. I'm so determined to, try and be the best that I can be at this. So we're gonna just keep going hard over the season, do all the practice days we can, and try and get as much seat time as we can. One of the cool things about Drift South, as you guys know if you follow the series or if you watch my videos last season, is for qualifying you actually get 2 battles, which is cool because obviously that means you get battle practice for just qualifying alone. So I'm super stoked for Drift South round 1, which is this weekend at Ruapuna, Saturday the 23rd. If anyone wants to come down support and see me hopefully not absolutely suck. I do have a goal in mind. I want to qualify in the top half of the field, and I would like to win at least my first battle. That's my goal. That would mean that it'll be my best result in competing so far, and I think I'm capable of doing it. I just need to not suck. Just need to get better. But yeah, the car's going to look a lot better next weekend. Throughout the course of this week, we are going to make it look actually good. I mentioned earlier in the video, we had to put this hood on for my track day because when we showed up to James's drift school, we didn't have the facelift bonnet fitted, and we kind of got told off for not having a bonnet. The reason why we couldn't have the facelift one on is because if we pop this, you guys can see that these fittings here actually clash with the facelift bonnet. So we got some low profile fittings that we're going to throw on there, and we might have to still do a little bit of clearancing, but it should be sweet. Also throughout this week, we are going to be fitting up these facelift headlights. So we'll have all the kit on, front bumper, rear bumper, and skirts for next weekend, lights, and I can't wait to see what this thing is going to look like. It's going to look really cool. That is going to wrap it up here, guys. I'm going to stop waffling on. I appreciate all you guys for watching. Actually, before I go though, I just want to give a mention to Anthony. Big shout out to him. You know, there's a reason why we are changing the channel to Stacked, and it's becoming more of our thing. We have a great chemistry on and off camera, and he's just such a lad. So big thank you to Anthony. I know you guys love him, and yeah, you guys are going to be seeing him in just about every video because yeah, the channel is pretty much like our thing now. So yep, that is going to wrap it up here, guys. Goodbye.